Good evening. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Labor Day Eve.
Labor Day Eve. Dean and Jen Gross with Gain here with you as the Canes are kind of getting whooped right now, so they got to make a comeback. We're going to go 0 for 2 this weekend, the two UMs. If they don't pick it up. What's going on?
Hello,
It's our
Lindsay.
neighbor.
Hello, Joy. Hello, Rodney.
What's going on, folks? Happy Sunday. Was it 9/19?
Lindsay, was that today that the boys were out playing in the puddles in their rain boots?
It didn't rain today.
I think it did. Well, last night it did. Gilbert, Grayson, how is everyone doing?
Yeah, it didn't rain today.
No? Oh, all right.
Maybe you made your own puddles there for them just to jump in.
Hopefully they weren't the ones with rainbows in them.
So as we
Yesterday,
right? So when little things aren't so little. What's up, Jennifer? How's everybody? So we thought in lieu of college football starting, I know we mentioned it yesterday, as we continue tonight, like I said, the U's playing in
Garbage Day.
And I think we missed Garbage Day actually, and LSU's kind of doing some work on them, but got us reflecting on a couple things, and our son DJ reminds us of this quite a bit, but all in the details. When we say little things aren't so little, we're really talking about things that you may consider little, but really aren't. They're key details. So details really matter. We mentioned our son because he's very detail oriented, and he's got to get all the small details. When you do that,
hey Mindy, hey Jerica, what's going on?
Great things happen. So as a cause of example, what we're kind of talking about is obviously you look at it from a professional or what?
Hey Kyle, what's up?
Yeah, we won't even comment to that. But if you look at college football, and as last year's champion, and they've been champions many times, Alabama as an organization, whether you're a fan or not, one thing they thrive at doing is looking at the details and mastering the key details. Nick Saban is a master at all the little things that make them a successful program, and that's why they're competitive year over year. They're great with details. You look at any sports organization that's been known to be excellent, the pro level, New England Patriots. You think of San Antonio Spurs in the NBA, and places like Alabama, they're all about details. The coach down to the last player, they cover the little things. The X and O's and the big stuff, every team to a certain degree follows that, but they tend to do that, and they're successful. But it's not just sports. If you think of any career or parenting job, that if you look at the details and the small things is what counts. If you're in business and your level of customer service, it's not the big expected stuff. It's the little things
Everyone
that
tends
matter.
to do the big expected stuff.
Yes, for sure. But I think of even our realtor. There's here in Southwest Florida, I don't know how many what the stat was. There's 7,000 real estate agents. So they're all going to do. They should do follow-up calls, know price ranges, know where to take you, that kind of thing. But when I say details and little things like ours, he pointed out the fact that we were looking about the direction in which our pool would be in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is it facing west or is it facing east? There's a big differentiator of how much sun you get that we totally bypass when we're looking at lots.
Completely.
So to me, that's a detail that makes him a superior realtor.
Mm-hmm.
And then in how some of these guys provide their thank yous too, whether it's handwritten note, whether it's something specific to you.
And that was even on a lot that cost more than a lot that we were looking at that was priority sun facing.
Yeah. So that's an expertise of the profession, a key detail that not everybody would pick up. When it comes to customer service in a number of jobs, how the customer's approached, how they're contacted. Not the fact that they're contacted, that would be considered a big detail, but the fashion they do it. I know we've talked about this before. When you think of the Ritz and their minor detail of learning everybody's name before they show up to the front counter with their headsets, from everyone from the car to the front desk, is a key small detail, but a huge differentiator. of the overall experience.
Using someone's name the first time you meet them or in conversation, from a business standpoint or personal standpoint, is a big differentiator. And also it's going to help you remember them as well.
Yeah.
Just using someone's name, something as simple as that.
Yeah, so that's just a key difference of what we mean by seeing the small things, key details, having a bigger experience. For those that are in the restaurant industry, especially, it's the little details. Even hotels, when everything from a little mint, on a pillow, can be a very minor detail with your specific name on it, compared to maybe other areas where they don't do that. And so, just kind of spurring that, regardless of what you're doing. There's always something you can differentiate yourself. It doesn't have to be big, elaborate, or expensive, but a key detail that's going to separate you from the competition to better do things.
And I can think of a couple other examples too, from a business standpoint. If you're a leader or you have a team, remembering people's anniversaries, not just their birthday, but being sure to track like their children's birthday or special occasions in their lives, and making a point to send them, give them a call or give them a handwritten note versus a text message or a Facebook message. Like, all of those really stand out to someone, especially when you're remembering those other special occasions to them that other people don't traditionally remember. And then customers too, your appreciation and gratitude for your customers is also very key and important when you're talking about a sales organization, or you're in direct sales, or whatever type of sales industry or business that you are in. Just appreciation for your customers, and taking that one step further and giving them a phone call or writing them a handwritten note as a thank you for their business. Like, that's going to make you stand out over that company that doesn't do that, or over that company that just sends an email saying thank you for your business.
I mean, just thinking about being an employee somewhere, and your supervisor, your boss, knows your anniversary date, your wedding anniversary. Maybe he knows your spouse's birthday. And again, these aren't elaborate things. They have softwares that could easily store this and have reminders.
As simple as an Outlook.
But, an Outlook. But the reality is, it still has a huge, huge effect. And coming from the corporate world, we know that. We've been on both ends of the spectrum of maybe the person that's recognizing it, or maybe the person receiving the recognition of something minor like that. Even knowing parents' first name and things like that. It's just shows people you're going that extra mile to care. And again, the reality is, maybe you didn't have to do that much work to do it, but you decided to do it where the next person didn't. And that little detail was the difference between, full engagement, full success, and production.
Well, it means that you actually care about that person as an individual. You care enough about them to remember those details. Because a lot of times, and we've talked about this on lives as well, being intentional with our listening. A lot of us in conversation, we tend to diarrhea of the mouth in many occasions, and we don't have two open listening ears where we're listening to that other person and having a true conversation with them, rather than that one-way streak of you just speaking. So it shows that you're listening, and then remembering those little details is that much more impactful.
So we just thought we'd share, like you said, we're in college football fever, and football is an example.
Hey, David. Hey, Jocelyn. Hey, Don.
What's going on? We're on the bottom right. So, again, football is a sport of details, where they have lots of game planning, lots of film session, and the best are the best prepared and cover every minor detail, like we said with Alabama, but that spills over to everything you do with your children, recognizing and picking up on every detail, whether you're in a professional environment where you have employees, whether you have customers, whether you are a customer, and you're in a service industry, all these things matter. And so, as you approach, hopefully everyone has tomorrow off, but you approach Tuesday, and you approach your peers, your children, your spouses, and then obviously your customers in whatever profession you are in. Consider that. Do you know the details? Do you pay attention to them? Do you track them? Because small details go for big results. And so please like and share this with your friends.
Yes, definitely. If you think it's going to help someone, you're helping us spread the message and share that impact.
Yes.
And if you're not on our newsletter, definitely hop on. We share helpful tips like this and other health and nutrition tips, as well as business performance tips on there. And that's gainhottips.com. Or you can shoot us a private message with your email address, and we'll be sure to add you to our newsletter so you're up on the greatest and latest tips that we have to offer.
And everybody enjoy your Labor Day tomorrow.
Yes, have a lot of fun.
Right.
Spread some love with your family.
Yes.
And get some rest.
Everybody else, yes. And get some rest. All right. God bless.
Bye. God
bless. God bless you. God bless you.
Have a great rest of your Sunday night, guys.
All right. Bye.